Before this experience, I really had no idea what senescence was. I was actually introduced to the program by one of my friend's dads, but getting to do the research and being surrounded by these brilliant minds, I just felt so loved and surrounded and able to get so much information that I wouldn't have otherwise got.
When I first received the notification, I was waiting for a couple acceptances, and I really wanted to do research. It was on my bucket list, and I was just so excited. I was so excited for a new adventure, for a new path in life. So it was more than what I can imagine, actually.
It was my first research opportunity, so I was introduced to the whole field of research with this opportunity, and I enjoyed meeting with my PI and making connections with the PhD students there.
My research experience here was very enriching. I had wonderful mentors and wonderful PIs that helped me throughout this process. It was a lot different compared to my research lab at my university. It was a lot bigger, it was a lot more collaborative with other universities, so it was definitely different and definitely nurturing to collab with other students just so we can broaden our knowledge and also exchange information, so that was the main difference.
From this experience, I was able to gain a lot of lab experience, but I was also able to gain my confidence, and it really helped realize my place in science, and that even if there's not a lot of people that look like me or share similar identities to me, that doesn't make my identity any less valid or me any less valid in my field, and it really helped me gain a lot of confidence.
I studied at University of Pittsburgh, and we had a large lab. My mentors were so amazing. They treated me like family. They did so much for me as a person and as a scientist, and they really gave me the confidence to speak my mind, to ask questions, to not be afraid to be wrong, and I really appreciate them.
Working in a lab with a lot of women really meant a lot to me, and I felt like I was really a part of their team. We went on retreats together. They always took me out, and even now that I've returned, it's I never left. They're so involved in my life and things like that, and it really shaped my experience. And I was able to learn from people that are so experienced in their field and extremely dedicated to what they do.
I'm interested in orthopedics as kind of an end-all be-all. So being able to know about senescence and how it expresses itself in vivo has been a really great thing I've been able to focus on this summer, and I hope to continue focusing on.
I learned a lot about how to isolate RNA and just run, QRT, PCR, and all of that was to measure the target genes for senescence, basically the senescence markers.
I really like being at the forefront with the research just because I feel like with research there's always more to learn in any field, but especially with this one since it's just the beginning, there's just so much to explore and so many things to learn now. And so I think especially with my PIs at Yale and the PhD students I met, it was just such an amazing community to have for my first research and for the first introduction to this field.
I actually have not heard about senescence prior to this experience, but doing research here has definitely taught me a lot more techniques, a lot more knowledge that is definitely more applicable to my future as I'm hoping to become a doctor. So as science and technology always advances, I think this is a very relevant topic as I can hopefully apply it in the future, since age-related diseases are very prominent, so I would like to use those methods and that knowledge into my future.
It helped me with my lab techniques, definitely. When I'm doing lab in biochem and OChem, it gave me confidence, so when I look at the protocols, I don't question myself and I just continue to do it faster and with more precision, actually.
So hopefully in a few short years it'll be Dr. Amoni J, but yeah, in the meantime I hope to continue to immerse myself in research and just continue to be in my position as one of the pioneers of such an important field for our human bodies.
I think in the future, I hope to carry all of the experience, memories that I had over this last summer, so I could just use it more effectively the next time I do research.
If I had one piece of advice for a CUSP student, I would say don't be afraid to ask questions, don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's how you learn and that's how you become more confident in what you do.